Welcome, welcome all. This Sunday morning, I'm your host, Willie Lambright, and this is Real Estate Talk, friend. If you'll stay with me over the next hour, you'll be better educated about what's going on in the real estate market here in Dallas, America. I want to welcome to the studio what I consider a one percenter. I'm going to say it this way. I used to say 1% of the agents did 99% of the business. The actual NAR count is that 10% do 90% of the business. John Sturges with Keller Williams Southlake is what I consider a one percenter. Welcome to the studio, sir.
Thanks, Willie. Thanks for having me.
Yes, and today we're going to talk a lot about what's going on in the market. About halfway through the show, we'll tell you if you're a seller, what you should expect in the coming year. Did I say that right? Yeah, kind of. Well,
yeah.
And then we'll tell you about, some of the good news for buyers. Anyway, real estate changes people's lives to the good. It's not what you know, it's who you know. John Sturges, tell me about this great market we're still in.
Well, we are still in a great market, and it is a seller's market, but we are going through what we consider to be a bit of a shift, where we're going to be moving from this really overheated, frenzied seller's market to more of what we consider to be a normalized market, which is really what we need.
Uh-huh.
We don't need the craziness that's been going on for the last 5 to 6, 7 years, because at some point in time you're going to end up being like a Phoenix or an LA or a Florida, and nobody wants that.
Well, nobody wants that, and we are blessed to have all the jobs coming to the great state of Dallas, Texas. So that helps us a lot.
Yeah, we've got a booming local economy, and the statistics show that we've added 114,000 jobs this year alone. And obviously that trend is going to continue to improve as more companies relocate here to take advantage of our business-friendly climate, the climate in general, the location. I mean, there's a lot of reasons if companies want to come here to Texas. I mean, Amazon, if I'm not mistaken, is even still considering Dallas is in the running.
Yep. That's what I heard.
Hubs. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, if you're thinking about buying or selling, you want to know a good real estate agent and how you can get in touch with him, he answers the phone. He's not part-time. John Sturges, 817-832-7473. Again, 817-832-7473. I see in some of these notes, John, that in September, closed sales down 12.1% versus 2017. Mm-hmm. Inventory up 6.5%. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, and those are just September's numbers. Okay, for the entire year, we've actually added about 16% more inventory this time than we had last time this year.
Really?
Yeah, so that's the whole market shift that we're talking about. Now, I will tell you that a lot of those, the inventory build is coming into higher price points. The days on market are going up a little bit for homes. But if you're buying, say, in that $200,000 to $400,000 price range, which is where we find most of the activity is located, the inventories are still down in the 4 month range. We started this year overall with about 2 months worth of inventory. By August or so, we'd moved up to 3. We're now up to 3.3. So that trend is continuing to increase. And I know that a lot of people go, oh my gosh, sounds like the sky is falling, but that's not the case at all.
Yeah.
This is just trying to correct back to where we are going to be able to do business in a more normalized fashion without all the craziness that comes along with it. Now, having said that, if you're in that price range, it's going to be probably $375 down. You're still looking at inventory levels that are below 2 months of inventory. And that's still telling me that that's a very solid seller's market. But again, that's where the business is.
Just to be clear, so that the listener understands the difference between a seller's and a buyer's market. Boy, this cold has creeped up on me. Anything in real estate, residential real estate, in any given town,
mm-hmm.
if you have more than 6 months of inventory on the MLS, then it is a buyer's market.
Well,
is that correct?
You're pretty close. Basically, what it is anything from 1 to 5 months of inventory is considered to be a seller's market.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that when you have a market that has 5 to 7 months
mm-hmm.
of inventory, we consider that a balanced, normal market. If you have more than 7 months worth of inventory,
it's buyers.
It's a buyer's market. That's correct. And if you look, at some of these notes, like I said, I mean, you start getting into the $600,000, $700,000 ranges and up, and the inventories go dramatically up to 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months for anything $1 million or more.
Yeah. One of the other bullet points here says prices are still rising,
Mm-hmm.
but at an annualized rate of 5.1%, meaning we have appreciation that's
We
still
will,
going on.
and we are not expecting that to change at all. But I will tell you that that is about half of what we have experienced in the last few years per year.
Yeah, it says also down here it's the slowest since the first quarter of 2015.
That's correct. And for September alone, if you want to just look at September's number, the appreciation value is going up about 4.8%. And we can sustain that. That's good. And again, I think we will continue to sustain that. And I also read that Dallas is the number one home building market in the nation. Builders are banging out homes, but they're banging out homes that are more affordable these days. They're not building the monsters so much. They're seeing that the buyers are trying to buy more affordable homes. And with the prices have gone up so much, they're trying to find that niche where, again, all those buyers are swimming around, so that they can take advantage of that buying power.
Yeah, there's a thing that says buyer's fatigue. Is that because rates have gone up a little bit?
It's a combination of rates going up, prices going up. 5 years ago, a house that cost $175,000 will now cost you $275,000. I mean, we've experienced an increase of 45% in value over the last 5 years alone. So it's been a tremendous run up. But when the whole market crash happened in 2008, we did not have the kind of overheated markets, again, that Phoenix had, LA had. So we were creeping along at about 3%. So when that whole thing came knocking on our doorstep, we got what I called a glancing blow. Our prices were not so overinflated that our prices had to tumble.
Sure. As you can tell, this guy knows what he's talking about, residential real estate. My friend, John Sturges, I got to encourage you, if you're thinking about buying or if you're thinking about selling, two ways you can get in touch with him. Number one, you can reach out to him directly at 817-832-7473. Again, 817-832-7473. Or you can go to willielambright.com. I have 12 strong out there. I've picked 12 realtors that are the best in Dallas, Texas, or Dallas, America, as I call it. And you can go out there and check it out. Keep telling me about this market, sir.
Well, again, I don't want people to get the idea that this is all negative news. I mean, for some people, if you're sellers that are, again, in those higher price points, you're going to find more competition for the buyer, okay? And you're going to have to be, a little bit more proactive when it comes to watching the market. The logic before was, hey, the guy down the street sold his house at $700,000. I'm going to put mine on for $775 or $800, and then think you're going to get that. That's not just the case any longer. You have to be more proactive. You have to have an agent that knows how to read the market and can give you good counsel and good advice as to why you shouldn't put your house on the market, at that much of an increase, because now you're going to sit out there and you're going to go stale. Listings in a lot of cases are like a new loaf of bread. When it comes out of the oven, everybody likes to smell it, squeeze it, and everything. But if it sits on the shelf too long, what happens to it? It becomes stale.
It gets stale. Good information. Some of these hot markets that we're seeing falling price sales.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about some of these pockets here in Dallas.
There are certain pockets that we've kind of noticed in Dallas. I mean, in Dallas alone, 2/3 of the neighborhoods in Dallas have experienced sales that are down from last year. Okay, so again, we're seeing that trend that's starting to show up. Allen, Garland, Mesquite, these are all starting to see lower sale, not so much sale price points, but lower sales in numbers. Colleyville and Grapevine even are seeing that. And Grapevine for the longest time was like you could put a sign in the yard, and before you got your hands off it, someone's throwing a contract in your face.
Right.
But we're starting to see these pull back a little bit, again, because of this buyer fatigue, and the rates are going up. Every time a rate goes up 1 percentage point, I've been told you either lose 12 or 10% worth of buying power. So buyers are starting to be affected by this.
Yeah. I'm fixing to have to go to break, by the way. John Sturges is the realtor you should choose. You can reach out to him two ways. 832-7473. Again, 817-832-7473, or you can go to willielambright.com. When we come back, do you know that new build housing starts, that Dallas is the number one place in the country? Have you ever wondered where's number two? Well, when I come back, I'm going to tell you all about it. Don't forget to call John Sturges, 817-832-7473. You know it, friend. We'll be back in a Willie Skosh.